All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of O365A. In this episode, we are going to be covering the 2019 conferences for Office 365 related products. So, Dino, why don't you lead us off on the conferences upcoming?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about the MVP Global Summit, which is in Bellevue, March 21st, the week of 17th to the 22nd. The summit really is like our pilgrimage to Mecca. It's where all the MVPs all over the world head to the Microsoft mothership to spend a week with the product groups in their respective technology areas. And so if you're an MVP or interested in becoming one, this is a really a must-attend event. Something we all look forward to doing. Secondly, we have Enterprise Connect, which is in Orlando this year. Generally in Orlando over the last few years, March 18th to the 20th. So there's actually some overlap with Summit this year, and that's really the must-attend enterprise communications and collaboration event in the UC industry. It's vendor agnostic, so you're going to have representation from every company that does anything with respect to UC, and it's very business focused. So unlike the technical focus is something like Ignite, it's kind of the opposite of that. It's very, very high level, very business focused. So the crowd of people there is typically like the C-level suite. People tend to attend that. And it's a massive media event as well. So in terms of the UC industry, so expect to see big announcements generally come out of Enterprise Connect.
Yeah, and looking a bit further out on the calendar, there's Microsoft Build. So that's May 6th to the 8th, and that's in Seattle. So if you're not familiar with Microsoft Build, it's Microsoft's premier event for development and developers. And it's really good because from a development perspective, all the big announcements in terms of extensibility, in this case for Office 365 and all the different workloads will be announced. So it's a great conference to really get up to speed with all the possibilities for extending Microsoft's platforms and integrating with it. There'll be good coverage on all the different API possibilities. And in previous years, the keynotes have been fantastic. So last year, I think Satya, the CEO of Microsoft, was the keynote speaker. I'm not sure who's up this year, but it is the premier conference you want to attend for development. Shortly after that, it's another conference, this time in London, England, called UC Expo. And that's more a communication and collaboration conference. It's in London, England. And much like Enterprise Connect, it's more business focused. So not too much technical content or technical depth. It's also more of a trade show than a conference, and I attended several years ago. One of the things I really liked about it was it's very diverse in terms of the representatives from the industry. So you'll get Google, Cisco, AWS, and it's a really good chance to sort of evaluate Microsoft's offering in comparison to other players in the industry. And if you need to integrate your Microsoft stack with other communication and collaboration vendors, it's also a good one-stop shop to look at your options there. You'll also get the major device manufacturers usually there representing their product lines, and it's a good chance to get up to speed with what offerings they have. Michael, what do you have on your radar?
Yeah, I mean, shortly after UC Expo, we have the SharePoint conference. So this is in Las Vegas. It's co-produced, I think, between Microsoft and the SharePoint conference. So this is a massive event with like over 200 sessions, a bunch of workshops. It really covers the collaboration side of Office 365. So you have your SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, Yammer, and then all the tertiary products that tie into that, maybe Stream and Outlook and Office and Power Apps. So that's a pretty massive event. That's May 21st to 23rd in Vegas. And then going over to kind of an event that's more dear to our hearts is comes vNext. So this is, a group of colleagues on the MVP side from the Skype for Business days that are recreating kind of that atmosphere like Link Conference, the original Link conferences. So this is put on by Josh Baylock, Jonathan McKinney, Adam Ball, and Pat Richards. And so they have a lineup of great speakers from Microsoft, all the old guard on the Skype for Business side. So yeah, Comms vNext, that's in Denver, and that's June 5th to 6th.
Awesome. Yeah, and then the next one that's upcoming is Microsoft Inspire, and that's in Las Vegas from July 14th to the 18th. And that's the previous Worldwide Partner Conference where, Microsoft has a conference for its partner community. And the partners are taught, the Microsoft's roadmap and what's upcoming for the next year. And there's a lot of networking, and they build connections there as well, right? And sort of understanding what the best practices and latest product innovations. And at the same time, I guess it's more business focused for the end user to go to see what all the different partners and have developed and all their different product lines that they've created. And so it's a good time to meet different partners and see what requirements you have can fit within a partner ecosystem. And you'll see a lot of meeting rooms there because a lot of the partners will set up meeting rooms so you can actually have a quiet space for some in-depth discussions, right? And then the last one is Microsoft Ignite. So we were there last year. And so last year it was in September. So this year they moved it out, and it's now in Orlando again, but it's going to be in November 4 to 8. And that's for sort of the technologists and the tech guys to go, and the IT pros, developers as well. Anything related to the entire M365 stack, Azure, all that perspective. Really get yourself understanding about the latest tools, what's coming new from Microsoft, what are the best practices and experiences, and hear them from the experts themselves. And it's a good time to talk to people there and get your questions answered, whether they're at a session that you're attending or going by the Microsoft booth and speaking with the experts there, getting an understanding about what you're looking to achieve, and then from a partner perspective, so they have a lot of booths from the partner ecosystem as well that may facilitate some of the requirements that you're looking for. So I mean, there's definitely a significant amount of conferences coming this year. I know we probably haven't touched a lot of some of the other community-led ones as well that are out there too, but these are generally the bigger ones that are upcoming. So awesome. Well, yeah, thanks guys for sharing all your insights about the different conferences coming this year. So if you're looking to get into one of them, then I guess the latest, the earliest one that's coming out is going to be the Enterprise Connect in March. So register there and register for all the other ones as well. So thanks for a great session, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
Thanks. See you.